Hi, this is Mary. I thought I'd pop in and tell you a little bit about what the starter kit means. We have a big starter kit special going on right now, and I wanted to let you know that the first thing is that it's for anyone. Even if you have $1,000 worth of stuff, the starter kit can still be for you. It's also known as a discount shopper kit for good reason, and it's completely customizable. You can order anything you want or need. So basic supplies that you go through all the time, your white paper, your black paper, your glue, envelopes, whatever, plus all the fun stuff. There's always something new and fun out there. For $155 worth of supplies in October for $99. And there are lots of other benefits too, like free shipping on your kit, discounts on future orders, early access to new products, and one of my favorites, being a part of a creative stamping community. I joined Stampin' Up 5.5 years ago. I wasn't an active demonstrator, quote unquote, until I retired in June of 2024. Now, Stampin' Up calls everybody demonstrators, but never selling products is perfectly acceptable. You can still be a part of all the fun. What I thought I'd do today, though, is focus on beginners who may be overwhelmed about what to order to start with. There's so many pretty things you want, right? If you're not sure what you need to get you started, let me suggest some of my favorite beginner products. You'll need paper and envelopes. So get yourself a pack of basic white cardstock and basic white medium envelopes. You can always decorate those up. And then I like to recommend an assortment pack of colored papers. So most of the sets or families of colors have 10 colors. This is the in color one, which I'm spotlighting a little bit today. This has 5. So there's in colors from last year, there's 5, and then this year there's 5. Next year, last year's will go out, but 5 new ones will come in. But I just love these colors. So we have Peach Pie, we have Summer Splash, Pretty in Pink, Shy Shamrock, and Pop of Petunia, which I like to call Papa Petunia. So if you ordered a Regal pack or a Bright pack or a Subtle pack or a Neutral pack, you would get 10 different colors. And there's 20 sheets in a pack, so you can get 2 card bases out of 1 sheet. So that's like 40 cards right there. So the next thing is Stampin' Up! Has all kinds of beautiful, beautiful designer series papers. But a really good thing to have on hand and a good way to start is to get yourself one of these packs of 6x6 coordinating packs. So there's 5 different colors here, and so I would get, and you can tell I'm almost done with this pack. I've been using it like crazy. So like there's this design in Pretty in Pink and this design in Pretty in Pink. So all the designer papers in Stampin' Up! Are two-sided. So if you're not wild about one side, chances are the other side will work for you. And then we've got this design in Pretty in Pink and then this floral design. And that goes for all the colors. Pop of Petunia. Basic colors that are really usable, like stripes and your greenery. This is just a great easy background piece. Your little dots. So this is your Shy Shamrock. And your peach pie. Peach pie is my favorite in this pack. And your summer splash. And those are 6 by 6, and you get 40 sheets in a pack. So I'm just going to show you, for instance, what the Regal colors are like. So here we have, I'll move this out of the way, Cherry Cobbler, Real Red, which is a little brighter, Cajun Craze, these are great fall colors, Crushed Curry, Old Olive, Garden Green, Shaded Spruce, Pretty Peacock, Blueberry Bushel, and Gorgeous Grape. And then there's a pack of Subtles. There's a pack of, let's see, Subtles, Neutrals, Regals, and the In Colors. And then, so you could get a pack of this, but in these colors. So look in the catalog, look online, and pick out the color family that appeals to you the most. Okay, the next thing every beginner needs is a good pair of paper snips. These are Stampin' Ups. They're really sharp, nice scissors. If you have scissors already, order something else. Then I wanted to show you our paper cutter, paper trimmer they call it, if you're trying to find it online. And I love this trimmer. You've got edges there that you can butt your paper up against. It's got both a cutting blade and a scoring blade. So if I were to make card bases here, I would divide this in half. So paper's 8.5 by 11. So I would go to 4 1/4. And then I would take my scoring blade, which is this lighter colored one, and just go up and down a few times. Then to cut it, I would go to half a sheet here, which it's 11. So go to 5 1/2. And then I would just cut it. And there I have 2 card bases ready to go. There's also, you can make this go all the way out to 17 inches if you're making something special, if you're making a fun fold card or a bag or a box or anything else that can go that way. So in ink, now Stampin' Up! Has 60 colors at a time. So where do you start? Black. Everybody needs a black ink pad. And you need stamps, right? So what I would recommend for a beginner is that you pick out a stamp set and a punch. That way you don't have to invest in a Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine right away. Now eventually you'll want a Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. But to start with, find a stamp set that has some sentiments that you like happy birthday, thanks friend, just for you, enjoy today, you are loved, and to from. All right, it's also got some images on here. We've got butterflies, presents, flowers, and we've got a frame for this punch. Now what this punch is a label. So I can put my sentiment right on there. Just punch that. And then use my black ink here. And all these sentiments fit on this label. So I just opened up my Memento black ink. Tap, tap, tap. I usually like to stamp off on something else first, just to make sure I have my stamp inked up really well. So this says happy birthday, looks pretty good. And stamp it on there. There we go. Happy birthday. There we go. So let me show you about these blocks here. You'll need a block. And I'm going to recommend you start with a size D. They come in other sizes. We've got a C, we've got a B, we've got an E. Most of the time you don't need E. Once in a while you do. If you have a really big stamp, you're going to want to check and see if you need an E. You can always put a smaller stamp on a bigger block, but you can't always put a bigger stamp on a smaller block. That's why I'm saying start with D. It is good to help in stamping if you use this block that's closer in size to your actual stamp. So eventually you'll want to get more blocks in different sizes, and it's convenient to have more than one block when you're stamping. But the D is great. I love Stampin' Up's blocks. They've got this nice indent here to grab onto. Nice thick glass blocks. So that takes care of blocks. Okay, so I showed you this stamp set. I hope this is right side on. And there's also this stamp set, which is another great starter stamp set. It's called Layering Leaves, and it has sending hugs, thinking of you, best wishes, so happy to celebrate you, thank you so much, hello. So this could be birthdays, anniversaries, retirements, all kinds of things. And they have this one, you can get a punch. I don't actually have the stamp set, that's why I just printed this off, but who doesn't need some sprigs or leaves for their cards? So there we go. And you can actually stamp details with these stamps, and then a little background thing. What happened to there it is. There's a little sprig there too. So lots of cards can get decorated with those little pieces. Next thing that I would recommend, and again, it's not something you have to have, but boy, do I like having it. It's called a Simply Chamois. When it comes, it's purple, and then it gets stained over time. But you just get this little piece wet in your sink, and you take your dirty stamp and you just rub it across there, or twist it, and it'll clean your stamp right off, ready to use the next time. Then let's go to the glue. All right, this is my glue of choice. I like the multi-purpose liquid glue. Lots of people like tape runners. Some people use both depending on what you're doing. Probably that's a good idea, but pick which one is good for you to start with. You can always get the other one later. Mini glue dots are really handy. So let's say I have a little bow or something that I want to add on to here. Let's see, do I have a little bow? Excuse my reach here. Here we go. Here's a little bow. And I want to attach that to this piece of paper here. All I have to do is put my little bow right on top of my sticky dot, peel it off, and bows will stay with these mini glue dots. So they're very handy. Another thing you could use frequently, and I use these on almost every card, some people use them on every card, are the dimensionals. So if you want to pop something up, so where's this one that I wrote that I did happy birthday on? So if I want to give this a little dimension, I can just put a few of these on the back. They're kind of like fun foam, and you peel the backs off of them so they're sticky on both sides, and then you can just add it to your card, just like that. They come in regular size like the I just used. They also come in minis, or you can get them in a pack that has some minis and some big ones. You can always cut the big ones smaller if you want to. So if you want to jazz your card up a little bit, you might want to get some of these rhinestones. I like these for beginners. I use these more than any other kind of embellishment because they're so neutral. So I can just peel it off. It's like a sticker on the back and just add it on wherever I want it. These are all kind of glass, silvery glass colored. So they go with just about everything, and they have different sizes. You can also, if you have Stampin' Blends or alcohol markers, you can color these. So I had colored these red and then ended up not using them. So those are super handy. There's a basic essentials twine pack. Did I say that right? Baker's Twine Essentials pack. And you get 5 spools in here. I've used up the white already, but you get a gray granite, you get a berry vanilla, you get a black, and you get white and crumb cake, which is kind of this color. And again, white or like this very vanilla, you can always color that with a marker if you want a different color. But I would say that's a pretty basic thing to jazz up your cards, and they can be used on masculine cards as well as feminine cards. Some people don't like to use, pretty ribbons, and Stampin' Up! Does have a beautiful selection of beautiful ribbons and twines in different colors as well. So that's the scoop on the twine there. Okay, so I had these cards up for you to see. I'm going to put one each way because I'm afraid I don't know which way is right side up here. So I used a different pack of Designer Series paper on here. I used the Autumn Splendor on here, but these are all from one pack. And this is your punch right here. And I stamped Enjoy Today on this one. This one says Happy Birthday. I stamped the frame around it, which is really cool because you don't always get that kind of a thing. Excuse me. I put a few embellishments on, different embellishments. This is just regular cardstock that I cut with my paper trimmer. Voila, beautiful cards. Oh, these are on dimensionals. These are stuck up on dimensionals. So let me show you this card that does use what I was showing today. So we've got your basic cardstock. You've got your white cardstock around the edges and in the inside, and I use my Stampin' Trimmer to cut all those things, and it's really easy to use that for measuring so you get the sizes you want. I used the circle punch. I used the not Labeled in Love. Yes, Labeled in Love. Or is that what it is? So many of these names start sounding alike after a while. Yes, Labeled with Love. So I stamped the butterflies on the colored cardstock. I cut it out with my scissors. I glued it onto the circles. I added these rhinestones onto the butterflies. I added the bow with a mini glue dot. Kind of lost where I was at there. So that's using the supplies that I just showed you to make a simple card like this, but still really attractive. So if you have any questions or you are interested in ordering yourself a starter kit, let me know in the comments below, or give me a call, or send it to my email. I've got all my information on this Facebook page here somewhere. And it's good to talk to you. Contact me and I'll help you get started today. Remember, nobody puts a Facebook happy birthday up on their piano or mantle. So let's share the smiles today. Thank you. Bye.